Artificial intelligence, AI, has brought forth rapid advancements in the field of machine learning, with the potential to transform our daily lives in ways previously believed impossible. From voice-controlled personal assistants to AI driver assist, AI is now an integral part of modern society, with seemingly endless possibilities for future integration. However, in order to truly comprehend the significance of this revolution, it is essential to understand the historical context that led to its emergence. The objective of this discussion is to explore the parallels between the current AI revolution and the Industrial Revolution, analyzing their respective resultant societal reforms. Through this analysis, we might find insight into the potential implications of AI in society and begin to prepare for the challenges that lie ahead. The first Industrial Revolution was a period of significant technological advancement that took place from the late 18th to mid-19th century in Europe and North America. The first Industrial Revolution is seen as the logical social progression of the ideals established in the Age of Enlightenment, which emphasized the value of reason, individualism, and skepticism of traditional authority, ultimately paving the way for the new ideas that facilitated the technological innovations of the first Industrial Revolution. The societal effects of the Industrial Revolution were significant, including the development of new technologies and industries, which led to significant economic growth, as well as the creation of new jobs and the expansion of the middle class. The American democratic system promoted during the Cold War was also characterized by Enlightenment ideals. The emphasis on individual rights and freedoms, critical thinking, equal representation, and protection under the law mirrored the Enlightenment's emphasis on these values. The democratic system promoted during the Cold War can be seen as a modern manifestation of the Enlightenment ideals of individualism, reason, and equality. As the Enlightenment ideals of the 18th century facilitated the first Industrial Revolution, the proliferation of the democratic ideal disseminated during the Cold War made possible the acceptance of computer technology and the subsequent Internet revolution of the late 21st century. The Internet Revolution. The rise of personal computers and the birth of the Internet can be seen as a parallel to the first Industrial Revolution. Just as the first Industrial Revolution led to a fundamental shift in the way goods were produced and the economy was organized, the development of personal computers and the Internet have led to a fundamental shift in the way information is produced and disseminated. In the same way that the first Industrial Revolution saw the introduction of new technologies that dramatically increased productivity and efficiency, the rise of personal computers and the Internet have enabled society to communicate and share information with each other more easily and quickly than ever before. This has had a profound impact on the way we work, learn, and socialize. However, just as the first Industrial Revolution was not without its downsides, the rise of personal computers and the Internet has also had its share of negative consequences. One of the major concerns with the rise of the Internet is the issue of privacy and security. As more and more personal information is stored and shared online, the risk of identity theft and other forms of cybercrime has increased. Additionally, the rise of social media has led to concerns about the spread of misinformation and the erosion of trust in traditional media outlets. The Second Industrial Revolution. The Second Industrial Revolution, spanning the late 19th and early 20th century, marked another major turning point in human history. Characterized by a wave of technological innovations that fundamentally changed how we live and work, the Second Industrial Revolution saw the widespread adoption of electricity, the internal combustion engine, communication technologies, and the development of the assembly line and other mass production techniques. An undeniable aspect of the Second Industrial Revolution was the emergence of large corporations and the growth of their monopolies. The rise of companies like Carnegie Steel and Standard Oil was enabled by the development of new technologies and production methods that allowed for economies of scale. These large corporations had immense power and influence over society, and were often criticized for their exploitative practices and impact on the environment. The Second Industrial Revolution also saw the emergence of labor unions and the growth of the socialist movement, a lasting remnant of the ideals of the Enlightenment. As workers were increasingly subjected to harsh working conditions and low wages, they began to organize and demand better treatment from their employers. The socialist movements, which advocated for collective ownership of the means of production, gained popularity as a response to the growing power of corporations. The ideals of Karl Marx begin to find favor, gaining popularity among intellectuals and left-wing political movements in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The impact of the Second Industrial Revolution on society was profound, and its effects are still felt to this day. The rise of large corporations and the growth of monopolies have had lasting effects on the global economy, while the development of new technologies has fundamentally changed the way we live and work. The growth of labor unions and the socialist movement also paved the way for significant social and political reforms in the 20th century. The emergence of large corporations during this period has parallels to today's social media and tech giants. These corporations exerted immense influence on the economy and society, monopolizing industries and amassing vast wealth. Similarly, today's tech giants have amassed unprecedented power and influence, with the ability to shape public opinion and impact political discourse. The rise of these corporations has also raised concerns about data privacy and the potential for abuse of power. As we continue to integrate AI into our society, it is important to consider the potential impact of these entities and how we can ensure they are held accountable for their actions. The AI Revolution. The Second Industrial Revolution and the current AI revolution share several similarities. Both of these periods have seen significant advancements in technology and a transformation in the way people live and work. The Second Industrial Revolution was characterized by the introduction of mass production and the assembly line, which allowed for the mass production of goods and led to significant improvements in productivity. Similarly, the current proliferation of artificial intelligence is enabling the automation of various processes, leading to improved efficiency and productivity. Moreover, both of these periods saw the emergence of large corporations that have come to dominate their respective industries. In the Second Industrial Revolution, companies like Standard Oil and Ford became dominant players in the oil and automobile industries, respectively. Similarly, today, companies like Google, Amazon, and Facebook are leading players in the tech industry, with significant power and influence. The emergence of these large corporations has led to concerns about their influence on society and the concentration of wealth and power in the hands of a few individuals. However, there are also some notable differences between the Second Industrial Revolution and the current proliferation of artificial intelligence. One significant difference is the speed of technological change. While the Second Industrial Revolution saw significant advancements in technology over several decades, the current proliferation of artificial intelligence has seen rapid advancements in a relatively short period. This rapid pace of change has led to concerns about the potential societal impacts of these advancements, such as job displacement and privacy concerns. Additionally, the nature of the technology itself is different. The Second Industrial Revolution was characterized by the introduction of new manufacturing techniques and machines, while the AI revolution is based on the development of intelligent algorithms and machine learning. This difference in technology has led to different societal impacts, with concerns about the potential misuse of artificial intelligence and its impact on society, such as the creation of bias or the perpetuation of inequality. Overall, while the second industrial revolution and the current AI revolution share some similarities, they also have notable differences in terms of the speed of technological change, the nature of the technology, and their potential societal impacts. The road to war. The First World War was a devastating global conflict that lasted from 1914 to 1918, and its impact on the world cannot be overstated. The origins of the war are complex, but it can be argued that a major contributing factor was the rise of nationalism in Europe, which led to the formation of alliances between nations and the buildup of military power. One of the key events leading up to the outbreak of the war was the construction of the Berlin to Baghdad Railway by Germany, which was seen by other European powers as a threat to their interests in the region. Similarly, China's Belt and Road Initiative has been met with suspicion by some countries, who view it as an attempt by China to expand its economic and political influence at their expense. The invasion of Ukraine by Russia in 2014 is another example of how nationalistic ambitions can lead to conflict. Like the Serbian crisis in 1914, the annexation of Crimea by Russia was seen as a threat to the stability of the region, and tensions between Russia and the West continue to simmer to this day. Overall, the parallels between the causes of World War I and current geopolitical tensions suggest that nationalism and the pursuit of economic and political power remain potent forces in the world today. A possible future. World War II marked a turning point in global history, with devastating consequences for humanity. The war began in Europe in 1939 and quickly spread to Asia, Africa, and the Americas, lasting until 1945. The parallels between the start of World War II and the current global political climate are striking, and it is essential to examine these parallels to understand the potential consequences of the current AI revolution. One significant parallel between the start of World War II and today's world is the issue of territorial disputes. In 1939, the invasion of Poland by Nazi Germany triggered a chain of events that led to global conflict. Today, similar territorial disputes exist, such as the tensions between Taiwan and China, which could potentially lead to a similar chain of events. The rise of nationalism and the prioritization of national interests over global cooperation can also be seen as a parallel between the pre-war period and today. Furthermore, the inevitability of a conflict with China is a concern that is increasingly being discussed in geopolitical circles. While it is difficult to predict the exact nature and timing of such a conflict, many experts argue that it is a matter of when rather than if. The United States has a number of potential options to confront China, including the use of biological weapons and propaganda using AI technologies. The potential use of these technologies raises significant ethical and moral concerns and emphasizes the need for international cooperation and regulations around AI. Conclusion. The parallels between the Industrial Revolution and the current AI revolution reveal a pattern of technological advancement leading to social, economic, and political transformations. Through examining the historical context of these earlier periods, we gain insight into the potential impact of AI on society and prepare for the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. As AI continues to advance and integrate into our daily lives, it is important to consider the ethical and social implications, such as loss of privacy and job displacement. Furthermore, we must be mindful of the lessons learned from the two world wars, which resulted from nationalism and geopolitical tensions. The potential for conflict with China, whether over Taiwan or other issues, underscores the need for caution and responsible actions by all parties. As science fiction has often warned, the horrors of nuclear war or biological weapons would be catastrophic for all humanity, regardless of nationality. Thus, as we move forward into the era of AI, we must remember the lessons of history and work together to create a future that benefits all people. It is important to remember that AI itself is not inherently good or evil, but rather it is how people choose to use it that can have ethical implications. As AI continues to advance and become more integrated into our daily lives, it is crucial that we consider the potential consequences and strive to use it ethically and responsibly. By drawing on the lessons of history, we can better understand the potential impact of AI and prepare for the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. It is ultimately up to us to ensure that the use of AI is guided by ethical principles and serves to benefit humanity as a whole. Only then can humanity continue to evolve and prosper.